us tonight.
Two teams with finals aspirations, the Flyers and the Lynx.
Aaron McDonald left on the rim and scores.
Take it back down the other end.
Straight back at you.
Boy Card. There's 3 more. Donald against Poch.
And that's a bigger bucket to match.
Silence the crowd at halftime. Flies with a mountain of work to do in the second half. They trial by 20. Jackson, there's the early start. The doors opened again for Southside. Mitchell, huge play to Poch. Southside starting to get rolling. Donald tries to weave her way through traffic and is swatted away by Jasmine Dickey.
Not in my house.
Jackson, Dickey, Cole. Yes!
Massive bet Cole. Puts her team in front by 2 with a 3-point shot.
Does McDonald take on Russell? She puts it on the floor. Russell, a rejection. 4 seconds. McDonald from the corner won't go. It's there for Potter. That won't go. Southside, get out of jail. What a win for the Flyers. And pull off a Wednesday night miracle.
It was a classic the last time Southside and Perth met at the State Basketball Centre. What are we in for tonight? Only 2 games separate 2nd and 6th, with just over 2 rounds remaining, and round 13 of the Cygnett WNBL concludes with a critical clash in the race for the Final 4. The Flyers have been entrenched in the 4 since round 2, and tonight they can take a huge step towards another finals berth with a win over Perth that would also hand them the season series. The Lynx have hit the wall without star point guard Aaron McDonald, losing 6 of their last 7 to be fighting for survival, but there's still time for Perth to pull their season out of the fire. Welcome aboard for your WNBL Wednesdays, brought to you by Ford. My name is Liam Ellison, and joined alongside me this evening is WNBL legend Laurie Chiswick. Laurie, welcome.
Oh, thanks, Liam. I tell you what, every round, every game, I feel like the pressure is building more and more to get into those finals, and this game will be no different. They're both coming off losses. Perth, well, they've down a few players today with some key, injuries, which is very unfortunate. But sometimes that can galvanize a team, and they can throw caution to the wind. And well, Southside, we're just never really sure what team is going to come to play, Liam. So anything could happen tonight.
They've been fairly inconsistent at times throughout the season, but despite that, here they sit in 2nd position with games in hand as well, Laurie.
Yes, if we look at that ladder, I mean, it is so close. And last night before the game, I was talking about having, 3rd playing 5th. And now with that loss that Melbourne have, it skyrocketed Southside to 2 and dropped Perth to 6. So that just demonstrates the closeness of this competition. And both teams, we're talking head-to-head in this game. We're talking whoever wins this series, as you mentioned. So it's a real important game.
Bendigo have come from the clouds, really, haven't they? Winners of their last 3. And as you mentioned, Southside, a win tonight would really entrench their position in the top 2, and Perth, so important for them. But they are, of course, undermanned. Let's welcome in the 3rd member of our team here this evening, Candy, who's got some very important injury news, unfortunately, for the Perth Lynx.
It is unfortunate. We've known for some time, of course, about their star import, Erin McDonald, out and that impact it's had on their position on the ladder. But now Annalie Maley out as well. Now, for some time, she's actually had an ankle injury that we haven't known about. She hasn't made a fuss about it because she's been getting an injection right before each game. Unfortunately, when she had that injection last game, it did hit a nerve, which means she has no feeling in her feet. Of course, that means she can't take to the court tonight. So we're hoping for her sake that after the FIBA break, that should all be sorted. It is an exciting one here at the State Basketball Centre tonight. It is the very final game of the Cygnett WNBL Fighting Period Poverty Round. You can see the players all warming up in their tops. They're also wearing their bloody good socks. And we are tonight at the State Basketball Centre, which has just gone through a $132 million upgrade. Amazing new facilities now, perfect for high-performing teams like the Flyers. While we're here as well tonight, a big celebration being felt by everybody with our most decorated basketball of all time, Lauren Jackson. She had her 200th game a couple of games ago, but this is the first time she got to celebrate it here at the State Basketball Centre with her fans. It was a beautiful moment.
Thank you, Candy. Congratulations to Lauren, and a great opportunity to celebrate in front of our home crowd. But the news on Annalie Maley, that is a huge blow and very serious injury as well. We wish the best for her, Laurie.
Yeah, no, we didn't realise that, and that's a massive effort that she's been playing through that, but understandably so. You can't feel your foot, you shouldn't be on the court, so we certainly hope that gets healed quickly.
Absolutely. And of course, Erin McDonald has been out for a number of weeks now, and so important to Perth and what they do. Really, she is the motor for this team.
Well, they were just ticking along nicely when she was playing, and they've really stumbled. 1 win, 6 losses. They just haven't found a way to win with her off the court. And now if you add to the fact that Maley's out for this game, last time they played Southside, those two combined for 40 points. So it's a big shoes to fill with those two out.
Yeah, that is a huge amount of volume they're going to have to replace in those two athletes. But it's meant the likes of Alex Ciabattoni have had to step into the starting lineup, and hasn't Ciabattoni really stood up in her absence, Laurie?
Well, she's used all her experience that she brings to the table. You know, initially she was averaging 14 minutes a game in the first 9 games. Didn't start at all. Well, since Ari McDonald's gone down, she started every game. Now is up to 26 minutes. She controls the tempo. She's a great decision maker. And she has to guard the opposition, you know, all the strong guards with the likes of Leilani Mitchell and Maddie Rocci tonight.
They do have a pretty deep backcourt, the Flyers. Really, they're deep all over the court. We know that. And it's a game of contrasting styles tonight. The Flyers definitely have the advantage in the paint. Mercedes Russell, she's probably the key reason why.
Oh my goodness, I just think she's been having such a great season. Just look at those stats, first, all the way down within her team. And field goal percentage, she actually is second in the whole league. She's very even-keeled, as you mentioned, very consistent. She brings a game face all the time, and she will continue to be a focus for the Flyers.
Flyers will start with Rocci, Jackson, Cole, Leilani Mitchell and Mercedes Russell. And LJ has been in some form over the last 5.
Well, the thing that stands out to me with that starting group is not so much the starters, they're excellent, but it's the depth of the bench. You've got Carly Ernst, you've got Potts, you've got Dickey coming off the bench, and compared to Perth, who we know are down a couple of players, and whilst they have some bench players, they're much less experienced. But, you know, the likes of Amy Atwell, Clinch Hoykart, they're just going to go out there and play. Goodchild's been having a good season so far. So, as I said at the beginning, sometimes caution can be thrown to the wind and anything can happen.
Absolutely. When you play with freedom, you never know what could happen in this Perth Lynx team. They play fast. They're able to shoot the 3 ball. If they get on a run here, it could be very interesting tonight here at the State Basketball Centre for your WNBL Wednesdays. Brought to you by Ford. The final game of round 13 before the FIBA break. And it's Emily Potter and Mercedes Russell who will contest the tip to get us underway. And Perth have first possession. There is Ciabattoni running point. Inside the keyway is Potter, who lets the floater go. Jackson able to pull down the rebounds. Leilani Mitchell has stepped into the starting lineup of recent for the Flyers, and big reason why they are on a 3-game win streak as Cole swirls the iron.
I certainly like Leilani Mitchell in that starting position. She just brings a bit of poise, a bit of expertise, decision-making into that role.
Ciabattoni looking to provide poise on this possession for Perth. Goodchild off the dribble. 6 seconds, gets to the block on Cole. And we go off the glass. Flyers still searching for the first points here. Russell rolling to the bucket. Ciabattoni was there to defend.
Good split line help there. Came across nice and early and made that a really difficult shot for Russell.
And Hoykart with the starting 5 this evening. Potter provides the pick. Ciabattoni feeding down low.
Really good options. Just needs a little bit more time on her finish.
Here's the scenario Rocci is so dangerous in. It'll stay Flyers basketball. Fans remain on their feet here. 90 seconds gone in the first quarter. 2nd versus 6th on the WNBL table, and Jackson has the first points for Southside.
Well executed out of bounds play. Jackson found herself wide open under the basket.
Ciabattoni cutting hard off ball and tried to get it there. Rocci saw better of it. Ahead to Mitchell. Flyers on the break.
That's a good, I like that from the Flyers, that they don't always run the ball as much as they can or should or as much as Perth, so that was a good option for them.
Ciabattoni's picked up her dribble. And Choikard. Rochi with her second steal in as many possessions. Turns the Jets on. Ahead to Cole. On the break. Gets the call. Just rattles out. So Cole will earn him at the stripe.
Well, at the other end, which is where this fast break actually started, it was really good anticipation by Leilani Mitchell, knowing that that ball was going to go inside to Potter on the screen and roll, and she was able to intercept it, get it to Rochi, kick it ahead. Cole got the layup, and there she finds herself at the line.
Cole's good on the first.
Last time these two teams met, it was just before Christmas, and there was no Jackson, no Leilani Mitchell. So, you know, that obviously they're going to have a big impact on this game now. So it'll be interesting to see how they sort of counter that, Perth.
Today's game will decide the season series between these two. Cole takes care of business. Southside, of course, winning in round 4, and then Perth squaring the ledger up in round 8. Here's Chivatoni. Well, single-digit shot clock for the Lynx. Choikard posting up there.
Oh, it was the exact right position. Choikard really had Mitchell behind her. It was just an errant pass. Potter should have done better than that and got her the ball.
Jackson, whistle came first. An offensive foul at that. Perth have won the basketball back. Battling there with Potter in the post. Nearly 3 minutes gone here, and Perth are yet to score. A good shot with the cross, driving left. And the drought continues for the Lynx. Rochi has been wreaking havoc early. Jackson on the perimeter. Russell posting up. And off immediately to Cole. And the dime. What work from the Flyers early.
Really good ball movement on that post feed into Russell. Beck Cole cut off and forgot the ball. Then Russell moved to receive it back again. Really good movement.
Good child. Well, trying to get free. Kick ball that time.
I feel like Perth have all the right ideas in what they're doing. They're just not executing. Their passing is just a little bit off.
Southside defense certainly making them work for it. Good child with 14. Amy Atwell. Ash Hannon has been inserted early for the Lynx as Atwell hard to the rack.
And as you mentioned, Liam, at the start, Atwell's going to have a really good game, whether it's inside, whether it's shooting her three. She's going to have an impact.
Jackson, second chance, third chance, gets the call. Aaron Jackson is hitting form at the right time, averaging just under 18 points per game over her last 5. And she and Cheryl Chambers will take off to Brazil tomorrow to join the Opals.
You have to say, you always would know it would take, we always knew it was going to take LJ a little bit of time to find her rhythm, to get back into, you know, playing, shooting the three the way we know she can. And she's certainly proved this last second half of the season that she can play still.
Atwell pulls the trigger. And they need Amy Atwell to put on a massive evening. The Perth Lynx. Maddie Rochi.
See, they've gone into a zone straight away.
Cole short that time. Chivatoni, plenty of blue jerseys ahead. Doesn't matter. Steps through for 2. 7-2 run the Lynx.
That's their style of game. Get that ball and run.
Perth working their way into this one now. Jackson, corner 3. Cole got there. Chivatoni retrieves it back for Perth. Ash Hannon in transition. Atwell thought about the 3. And Hannon will have 2 shots.
Ash Hannon's had some good minutes the last few games and had some really good production as well. And it's nice to see that Ryan Petrick has shown good faith in her, got her in nice and early.
Yeah, massive opportunity for her. They've got a 9-player roster making the trip here for this one. Young player with a lot of potential, Ash Hannon. Had some interruptions this season. Starting to play some good hoops now.
She scored 9 points, 5 rebounds in the most recent game against Melbourne.
She goes 2 of 2 there. Back to a 1-point game. Alani Mitchell into the front court to Rochi. Russell, extra pass. Dickey. Point straight away off the bench.
Flyers did a great job of breaking that extended pressure just with some really crisp passing.
Dickey right there defending Atwell in the reach in. Matchup I suspect we'll see quite a lot of tonight, Laurie.
Well, you would think Dickey's been playing some really good defense, and they know the importance of Atwell to Perth, so they're going to try and want to quell her scoring ability, and so I'm sure Dickey is going to be all over her.
Atwell, another 3-ball for Perth, and she is on.
That's looking like Chris Golding, you know, catch the ball and just shoot it as you are catching it.
Absolutely. Amy Atwell, one of the best shooters in the WNBL. And ties it up for Perth. Chance to chat things over for both sides. Timeout on the floor. We'll see if we can listen in to Ryan Petrick here, as his team has fought their way back into this one after a pretty slow start, Laurie.
He certainly did, and I'll be interested to hear what he has to say. I think he would be pretty full of praise.
Set it. I know you would normally ghost it. Just set it and get out. Okay, but we'll play to that. Right now she's not in, so I walk up, I want to be in floppy. So again, I want Mila in the 1, I want Ash and both bigs again on the mark above the block. Atwell down low, the other guard high. Atwell's playing out of it. The other guard's got to go the opposite corner. Now Atwell's got 1 or 2 things she can do. Tight curl, again playing out of that, and now you're in freelance. If it's wide, again ball side big go away. Guard move across. Wheel into an on-ball and let Atwell play. Now it's back in slice. Throw it, step up, we play again. We good? So again, if you can turn the corner and play however you want, if not, worst case side pick and roll, now we're back in chase. Any walk up wearing that. Let's play.
Ryan Petrick there in that timeout, thanks to CTM Sport. Here to transform your team's travel experience. Leave the hassle of off-court arrangements to CTM Sport, the experts in sports travel management. Get the winning edge today at ctmsport.com.au. And Candy Hertz as well was in the Southside huddle.
Absolutely. We know that before each game there is a lot of time spent by coaches and assistant coaches on that scout, and Cheryl said let's just lean on our scout. It is exactly what they said about Amy. Watch for her going left and to really just keep the ball tight off her as she's shooting.
Thank you, Candy. Certainly not a surprise. And on cue, Dickey right up in the grill of Atwell as Rochi off to the races. Flyers have the lead once again.
And you can tell Ryan Petrick in his timeout was really focused on Amy Atwell because she was hot. She had just shot a few shots, so that's a good move by him. But I tell you what, Dickey is doing a great job on her so far.
She is. Down low, clinch Hoykard. Working on Ernst. Second chance opportunity. And Perth are back at the strike. Rochi doing what she does, and the Flyers fast break points.
Well, and they just have such active hands right now on defense, so they're able to get these little deflections, and Maddie Rochi's able to come up with it and really doing a great job of pushing the ball.
Already 3 steals, 6 fast break points. This very early stage for Southside. Clinch Hoykard, good on the second. Here is Jazz Dickey. Carly Ernst has checked in. As is Nadia Poch. In some space. Long rebounds.
That's the thing, if Perth are going to play a zone as they did in that possession, they're saying after a made foul shot, you've got to block out. It's got to be one and done so that you can get a good block out and for Perth, get that rebound and run.
Another good Childs. Well, working hard to get open. Dickey right there. Rochi hoping for another steal. Opts to shoot and gets the call. Atwell will head to the line for 3. Dickey not pleased. It'll be foul call number 2 on her.
Well, Dickey did a good job of closing out that space and trying to work on the containment of Atwell. Just got a little too close, and then Atwell, very, very smart to put up a shot and draw the foul. Amy Atwell, too, shoots the free throws at 88%, so she's not one you want to send to the foul line too often.
Absolutely not. All nylon on the second. Into double figures, and Atwell, really a player now, coming across to Perth, her second season as a pro in the WNBL, and she is coming into her own. It's one of the star scorers in the league.
You can see Morell's entered the game now, number 7, and she again against Melbourne had 14 points, 10 rebounds, her best game since she's come in as an injury replacement for Erin McDonald.
Carly Ernst. Now Russell, Hannon defending. Nice find, Ernst moves it onwards to Poch with 5 seconds. Rochi down low, great find. Got a fingertip to it, did Hannon, I think. It won't matter, Russell, second chance look. Great first quarter so far. Perth in the lead after conceding the first 8 points of the ball game. Good Childs. Great find, and Steph Gorman with the finish.
That was a really good pass in there. Something they haven't done as well in the first bit of this quarter, but that certainly was spot on.
Rochi winning 3 ball. Not short, but Russell's got another look here. Carly Ernst opting to pull the trigger. First one goes down for Carly.
That's what I was talking about, the strength of their bench, of the players that they're coming in.
And Atwell back iron. Good Childs. Morell's there in the keyway, just fumbling. Diving on it. Southside looking to tie it up. Jump ball. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. The Flyers have the basketball as Good Child will take a break. Matty Rochi with 3 first quarter steals. Nadia Poch. Now it's Cole in the corner down low. Poch for 3.
That was good blocking out by Perth that time.
They're looking strong here down the stretch in the first quarter. Everything going through the hands of Amy Atwell at the moment. Gorman for 3. Poch off the bench this evening. Now Rochi again looking to push the pace. Perth with a chance on the counter-attack. Great find from Atwell.
Great find. Carly Ernst didn't see her slipping behind, and that's a real point of emphasis. You've got to protect the rim as your #1 priority.
Gorman running the lanes and a couple of quick buckets here off the bench as Jackson the fall away too. Here is Steph Gorman. Opting to take Rochi off the dribble this time.
See, that's the thing, when there are players injured and opportunity presents itself, it's so great to see those bench players that haven't played a lot of minutes so far come in and have the confidence to play and shoot and do what we just saw.
They are doing just that, playing with a bunch of freedom at the moment. Ernst with the whistle. Won't go down, 2 to come. In some ways, Laurie, maybe that can be an advantage for the Perth Lynx. Obviously missing 2 of their stars, but there's maybe not as much of a scout on what lineups Ryan Petrick's going to use.
Well, that could be exactly right. And we know that no matter what player from Perth is on the court, they're going to run hard. That's their style. That's the thing they want to do. They're going to always be playing at pace.
Cole steps inside the arc. Potch battling with Gorman. Perth Lynx have it. 33.6 remaining. Terrific opening period so far. Morel will inbound. Gibertoni running point guard. Alani Mitchell right there. Gibertoni's needs to dispose of it via Atwell. Jackson pokes it out of bounds.
She was close to the sideline, and then the screen was set on the other side where she was going into the sideline. Gave them an opportunity to trap, Southside did.
Still 9 seconds to work with. Tight to the backboard and puts it down. Emily Potter and Perth are up by 6. One last look here for Southside. Beck Cole, escape dribble, short on the 3, and that will do it for the end of 1. The Perth Lynx, after starting the ball game 8-zip down, take a 6-point lead into quarter time. It stopped at about 7:28. I couldn't get you. Yeah, it was like too late. Yeah.
You couldn't get my attention.
Just working on it.
We're just working on it.
Cool.
That's quite odd. It's on. Everything else is working. Nothing is broken.
I love playing.
The Flyers skipper has them in some form at 10-7, second on the table, but currently Laura Chiswick has hit 6 points behind the undermanned Perth Lynx.
Well, we know that Perth can score. They average first in the competition at almost 84 points. So even without their stars, they're going to, they're going to put up points on the board. Southside got to play some real concentrated defense. Maddie Rotchie's been getting really active hands in there, getting steals, deflections. The rest of the team just have to follow suit and be a little bit more proactive when it comes to defense.
Gibertoni to get us underway in the second. Lynch Hoycard, corner tray. Alani Mitchell the other way for the Flyers. Here's Russell at the perimeter. Jackson posting up. Moving it through some hands. Leilani Mitchell, 6 seconds. Cole's got to go. Crowd counting down. Mitchell with the heave. And Potch with the length, pulling down the extra possession.
And that's the thing that's going to really hurt Perth if they don't get a body, especially Potch. Potch has gone flying in a few times. There we see her again. And a rebound and a finish. She's really hurting Perth when it comes to the old boards.
Nadia Potch, 4 quick rebounds. First points of the second quarter. Amy Atwell had 11 in the first. Gorman. And a turnover. Moving screen that time on Emily Potter.
I feel like the referees have been very consistent with that call in the games that I've seen anyway. That, you know, you just can't move at all into that defender as they're trying to get over a screen.
Nadia Potch. Open for 3. What about letting it fly? And unforced error.
Yeah, she should have. I mean, she's got to. You can't be indecisive when it comes to, you know, if you're wide open and your coach is giving you the green light, either that or you catch it and you get it, move it on really quickly. She was very indecisive in that instant, Potch.
With a Tony, 2-man game, and Hannon with the finish. Second basket of the ball game for Ash Hannon. Mitchell, player who needs no hesitation from 3.
That's the thing, at quarter time they were 1 from 7, so the zone was working against Perth. That one will certainly go a long way in gaining some confidence and maybe getting them out of that zone. But what a nice finish by Amy Atwell, driving it in, finishing on the left.
Yeah, that was confident, in rhythm from Atwell. Now Jackson, Mitchell, poked away by Atwell, quick hands. Flyers still with 16 on the shot clock.
Again, really good off-the-ball movement when that ball went into Lauren Jackson. Players aren't just standing around, they're cutting, they're getting to open spots.
There's Cole. Back in the hands of the Flyers skipper, Mitchell.
You see, so good. She just made that last one, and on that penetration, Leilani Mitchell just went behind her, almost like a bailout position, a pass, and nailed it.
Hannon wanted to return fire. Mitchell dueling with Chibatoni. Perth still have it. Hannon. That's a charge.
Maddie Rotchi putting her body on the line.
Doing all the gritty stuff. Flyers, chance to tie this one back up here. Hannon will take a spell, and Leilani Mitchell, back-to-back triples. She's got 8 in the ball game. Over to the front court to Rotchi. Cole. Skip pass to Leilani, and she has the hot hands.
Just keep giving Leilani Mitchell the basketball, folks.
Leilani Mitchell, the spark plug this season for the Flyers. Into the starting 5 and having a massive influence. Chibatoni. This clinch Hoykart. Down low, and Rotchi has picked her pocket once more. And Cole. Stepping through. That's a nice finish. Ben Cole with a balance, and the Flyers back out to a 3-point lead here.
Well, you see, because Leilani Mitchell had just scored those last couple of threes, the defense couldn't come over and help as much, and that left a really nice driving lane for Beck Cole.
3-point ball game. We'll be back just after this.
Fucking layup. The play before, there's no wing bump. Like, they are all self-inflicted wounds. Like, if you're the weak side and you know that's Leilani Mitchell, you know that close out. Haven't seen it go off the bounce all year. Got to be smarter with yourself. Right here, flat 5. Again, get through it. So hard. Oh, the 5 is Jackson. So again, I don't know which one she'll go with. Whoever's got Jackson, you're in the initial on ball. Second side, third side. So again, Jackson's in that first on ball, 4 space. Again, I really want to try and play out of that, get a paint touch, and try and get a big advantage. If not,
32
second
place.
side, get deep.
29 at the State Basketball
Can I get another
Centre.
deep advantage? Play from that. But again, just need to play harder down there. Let's go.
Great access there with Ryan Petrick, Liam Ellison and Laurie Chiswick with you on the call. 6:51 remaining in the first half, and Leilani Mitchell has been a headache for the Perth Lynx.
Well, you know, she runs the floor. She's running this team out there, but wow, she is shooting those three-point shots brilliantly, and the timing of them is perfect.
And a good child. Well, she has been a bulldog defensively today. Taj Morrell. Not to Chibatoni. 7 seconds. Southside giving away nothing at the moment. Lynch Hoykard to bail them out. Rochi on the wing. Oh, Mitchell's in the corner. Look out. This is trouble for Perth.
You could see that play coming a mile away. You know, Perth have to be really, if they're in a zone, they have to know where she is. What is she coming into your area? Not even let her catch the ball. Goodness me, that's 4 in a row. 4 straight threes in a row, Liam.
Unbelievable shooting. And on the flip side, Atwell has been fouled from beyond the arc for the second time. She's back at the stripe, and they do not want her getting those up.
And the thing about Leilani Mitchell right now is she is just on the catch. She is shooting it. So she is coming off with a real scorer's mentality. I'm going to get my feet and just straight into her shot. Never looks like missing.
And the Atwell, unsurprisingly, making no mistake. And she's got 16.
Both teams shooting the free throws really well. Nobody's missed so far this game.
Nicole. And all eyes are on Leilani Mitchell, but this time it's Russell rolling to the bucket.
And that's exactly what happens. You then become really conscious of Mitchell, which you have to be, and it leaves it wide open for the bigs.
Chibatoni. Lynch Hoykard, that is a risk. Matty Rochi picks it off. Going to take on Chibatoni here, or is she? Kick out. Beck Cole for 3. Southside are hot.
Well, I shouldn't be surprised because Southside actually lead the league in three-point percentage at 36%. So they're very selective in the threes that they take. But wow, they're hitting them at a great percentage tonight.
Chibatoni from the mid-range. Rochi nearly pulled that down on the deck. Rochi, I'm not sure at this point what's more impressive, Laurie. Is it Leilani Mitchell's 5 threes or Matty Rochi's 5 steals? Jackson moves it out. Leilani will go again here.
Oh, she heard you. I was going to say, if that goes in, then definitely she's the favorite right now.
Atwell. On to clinch Hoykard, who can shoot it at a good clip. Morrell in the danger zone. Jackson bats it away. Flyers faithful, liking what they're seeing in the second quarter.
So I feel like Southside have really upped the ante when it has come to defense so far this quarter. They're just putting more pressure. They're being more physical out there.
11 to work with for Perth. Morrell in the post. Tried to lose Jackson. No dice. Good child. Deep 3. Southside have the stop. Mitchell, great find, right into the shooting pocket of Rochi. Back in the hands of Atwell. Passed out of the shot, good child. Nice patience. First points of the evening for Mila Goodchild.
Really good net recognition from Goodchild to put it to the deck. She got around Jackson pretty easily, then the next defender, and was able to finish with ease.
40 plays 36. And Cheryl Chambers on the side playing some good hoops here. We'll see if we can listen in to the Flyers huddle. They've got seriously hot from three. Nailed 6 of them now. Alani Mitchell leading the way with 14 points. Beck Cole with 7. And Mercedes Russell with 6. And here's Cheryl Chambers.
Suck it in anytime, even if you've got... Who have you got? Have you got Morel?
Yeah, well, at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, who have you got?
She's hedging a lot, like she's doing a good job, so she's...
I reckon she can do more. God bless her. Come on, Slim. Love you. Go to the boards a bit more. Let's go blue here, and it's okay. That worked lovely when you're a little bit higher. I thought it was a bit high, but she comes off. We'll just run blue next play. Coley, you come off the base. You come off the baseline. Yeah. Let's go. Here we go. Southside. Let's go.
Cheryl Chambers in that timeout, brought to you by Cygnett, who are long-term supporters of Share the Dignity. And of course, Fighting Period Poverty round is round 13 in the WNBL. Cygnett are committed to helping end period poverty. They're donating $1 from every product sold on their website from now until the 31st of January. Head to cygnett.com to help make a difference. Here's Beck Cole. Now inside Russell. He wanted to use that length coming into the contest. Taj Morel tries to rip down the rebound. Rocci battling hard.
I have to say, Maddie Rocci only has 2 points, but her influence on the game for her steals, she's got 5 steals, and just her grittiness, her active hands, her diving on the ball, she's been really impressive. And that's good to show people that, you know, you don't have to be the top score getter, but she is having a massive influence on this game.
Well said. She has been huge. Had 4 assists as well, Maddie Rocci. Got up the spillage in the lane, and the Flyers have a fresh 14. Rocci lost Gorman off the dribble. Cole, extra pass. Mitchell got it back to Southside. She can do no wrong. Everywhere at the moment is Leilani Mitchell, and once again, the possession ends with hustle from both teams.
Well, you can see exactly what this game means and the importance of it to both teams. Every time there is a loose ball, you see players' bodies diving on it, trying to come up with it, desperate for it.
Smiles from the Southside players as well. Playing with a joy, and wouldn't you be fired up as well when you see Leilani playing the way she is this evening?
That was such a good move by, and you know, it can always be a risk when you change your starters, but to get Leilani Mitchell into that starting lineup where she brings that poise, like I mentioned, the decision making, it freed up Maddie Rocci to you know, play a little bit more of a scoring role, and so it's worked out really well for them.
Has been a great adjustment. Here's Goodchild. Jackson came up to help defensively. Clinch Hoykard. Got to get it off in time. Jackson's there.
Shot clock violation. The shot went up, but it didn't touch the rim. So it's Southside's ball on the end line.
Well spotted, Laurie. 4-point ball game. In the hands of Leilani Mitchell. Jackson up top. Russell's presenting at the high post. Big screen there. Releasing Rocci down low. And one. Mercedes Russell a chance for one more.
There's some great two-man action. And just that little pass in there, the timing of Mercedes cutting, Rocci hitting her. There's real good symmetry and chemistry right now for the Southside Flyers.
Mercedes Russell up to 8 points. And a 7-point lead to Southside. Alex Cibertoni. Splits through herself, and that is a much-needed response.
Well, she just did a little hesitation dribble, looking to perhaps see which teammate she could pass it to, and the floodgates opened, and she was able to take it herself.
Hannon, nearly the steal.
I like the fact that Perth are mixing it up, so they're not letting Southside get in any real rhythm, unless you count Leilani Mitchell's 3. That was a pretty good rhythm, but they are mixing it up defensively.
She is certainly in rhythm. Leilani is cold. Mid-range 2. Doesn't get the roll. Perth basketball, an interesting 2:12 remaining here. In a 5-point lead, you would not want to see a double-digit lead of the Flyers if you're Perth. Cibertoni. Potter's posting up on Jackson. Out well on the cut. Tough finish on the reverse.
It was, again, that was a post feed to Potter, and Amy Outwell just cut off the ball really well. Her defender just lost sight, turned her head.
Jackson. And Cole wide open. 3-ball number 7 for Southside. Potter with the picks to Cibertoni. Driving at Dickey. Another great finish down the lane. Cibertoni stepping up when Ryan Petrick's team needs it. Rochi again feeding Russell.
Just such good poise by Maddie Rochi to keep her dribble alive until she recognizes that Russell's in the right place. She's not in a rush.
Good Childs. Just strong off the window. A minute remains here in the first half. Maddie Rochi has been awesome. And a miscommunication that time with Dickey. But 6 first half assists, 5 steals. She's got her team in the lead. Atwell. It is danger zone every time she gets the ball, or is it? Cole with the steal. Cibertoni came in late defensively. It did not matter. Cole's got them out by 8. 18 first half points for Atwell. Shot clock ahead of the game clock. Wants the dribble into a 3, just short. And 12 to work with. Maddie Rochi with a final look for Southside. Gets through. Good child and the call. Maddie Rochi makes it a double-digit ball game at the final break here in the second quarter.
And it's so nice to see, you know, Maddie Rochi end the quarter with a score herself, because she's done so much hard work in facilitating her teammates to get open, whether it being steals or assists. And so for her to now get this last basket at the end of the first half is a real credit to her.
Maybe enough time for a final heave for Perth. She's good on the free throw. So an 11-point lead at the halftime break for Southside. And a brilliant second quarter as a unit. Defense and offense, both ends of the floor, and they put up 34 points in the period, Laurie.
They did, and more importantly to me is that they locked in defensively with Perth. Perth were looking pretty comfortable, up by 6 at that first quarter break, and so, you know, Southside needed to ramp up their defense, and they certainly did that.
Perth have done a lot right, really, in this game. I mean, Amy Atwell has got 18, but it's just been the hot shooting of Leilani Mitchell, Beck Cole, as well as connected on a couple, making it really hard for them.
Well, the other thing I really like about Southside is they only have 3 turnovers for the half. That's massive. They are really taking care of that basketball.
Amy Atwell is on court with Candy.
Amy, you and I had a bit of a chat before this game started about headspace and coming into it with so many of your players missing and also such an important game. You said to me, you just want to play freely and just give it everything you've got. Looking at your scoreline right now, 18 points for you yourself. Is that the mentality you're still playing with?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously we've got two of our best five out. And in these instances, it's like nothing to lose. Nobody kind of expects us here, so it's like leave it all out on the court. It's win or go home for a lot of teams right now, so yeah.
And looking at the points from turnover, you guys are on only 3. They've got 16 at this stage. How do you stop that next half?
I think just looking after the ball and taking better quality shots. I have a few where I've just bobbled the ball up top. They're really good on the ball pressure with me, and they've just got fingers to it. So I got to be better with the ball.
We're enjoying watching you play freely, Amy. Good luck in the next half. Keep going.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
She has been awesome in the first half, Amy Atwell. 18 points of 5 of 7 shooting. But the Perth Lynx at half-time trail by 11.
Personally, last year, I mentally was not in a great space, being cut from a couple of national teams, and that was really hard to accept. I think that's the word I like to use, is accept. And it was so weird. I was later in my career and I really thought I was probably the strongest mentally, and I found out I was probably the weakest I'd ever been. Being part of the Southside Flyers, out of the 4 seasons, we've reached the grand final series 3 times.
It's over! An epic game 3! And Southside are through to their 3rd grand final in 4 seasons!
Southside Flyers, after a patchy roller coaster month of basketball, complete one of their most emphatic performances in recent time.
We are stacked. We have such weapons on the court, and every single game it's going to be someone else's turn to shine, and everyone needs to be happy for that person. I've had such amazing leaders. Everyone's unique and everyone is special in their own way, and they bring that to the court. But I think it's someone who, you know, they respect. Your teammates feel heard by you and that they can come talk to you. I'm the captain of my team and I take that with pride, and I want to lead this team to do something special. I want to enjoy the process and I just want to ball out and have fun. That's me, that's Coley.
Always so well-spoken, Beck Cole, and she's having a great game as well at the half, 12 points, 4 assists, and really the whole guard unit for Southside, Laurie Chiswick, getting it done at the moment.
Oh, they certainly are. But if you go just back to that interview, the fact that Beck speaks really openly about, you know, her passion and her wanting to be a great leader, and how she struggled a bit mentally with a few things that happened, and here she is now, and she leaves everything on the court. She's such a character. She's such a well-loved player around the competition, and so it's always great when you see somebody like that get elevated to a captain and really embracing it.
Wears a heart on her sleeve in a way, and when she is up and about, you know the Flyers are as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's look at the first half highlights here at the State Basketball Centre, and
And the Flyers have caused those turnovers. They've been really active defensively with their hands and their scouts and knowing where the ball's going to go and trying to anticipate.
yeah, 15-3. That is a great assist to turnover ratio. Great point, Laurie. Leilani Mitchell, 14 points at the half, and she really had some massive moments in the second quarter. Hit 4 in a very short period of time. Might have even been 4 in a row, wasn't it?
I think it was 4 in a row, and she looked so casual, Leilani Mitchell, in her movements and you know, getting back on defense. But you know, Maddie Rocci, great steals, passing it to Mitchell coming back, and she's playing with such confidence. She looks like she's enjoying it. She's in the best shape of her career, Leilani Mitchell, and all credit to her and what she's bringing and contributing to the Flyers right now.
Well, they could be hitting their straps at just the right time, the Southside Flyers, with 2 rounds remaining after tonight. This is the lay of the land. This is how it sits going into the finals after the FIBA break. Walk us through the machinations here, Laurie, because there is a lot to get your head around.
Oh, well, my goodness, I spent the morning trying to look at possibilities, and it just spun my head out. But, you know, the reality is, and if you can't really see it here, but in fact, you know, when I was looking at things, there could be 4 or 5 teams that end up with 11 and 10 wins, and then it becomes a matter of head-to-head. So right now, the Lynx, they need to win, but even if they don't win tonight, they're still in a hunt if they win their last 2 and Sydney lose their 2. So there's a lot of combinations out there, but there's a few teams where it's in their own hands, their destiny is in their own hands. Certainly the Melbourne Boomers, whilst they lost last night, they have the best head-to-head record. They have a head-to-head over everybody in there except for Bendigo, who they lost to last night. So really, really interesting in the last two rounds after the FIBA break.
Absolutely is, and Sydney in 4th position, probably one of those teams where the destiny is in their own hands. They've got a couple of games or a couple of wins up on 5th and 6th, but 2 really tough games down the stretch.
They do. They have Southside and Townsville to end their thing. So, you know, you look and you go, well, they need to win those. If they drop them, that's going to be tough. And then there's that postponed game that we had up in Townsville that could play a real, they're trying desperately to find a time to fit that game in, because with the ladder being so close, it could not only affect Townsville and Southside, but it could affect Melbourne and Sydney and the rest of the teams trying to get into the four. So there's so much exciting things ahead, Liam.
Let's head down courtside with Candy Hertz, who's got a very special guest. Candy.
We do know that this is the very final game of a very long fighting period poverty around here at the Cygnett WNBL, and one of our wonderful partners this year. Welcome to Booty. Steph is here today to talk about their gorgeous organic, Australian and sustainable products. Tell me all about them.
So Booty is your everyday essential brand, and we create everything with bamboo viscose, which is really soft and breathable and so soft.
And tell me about why you decided to partner with us here for this beautiful round.
So Booty is obsessed with comfort and making you comfortable, but learning more about period poverty really made us uncomfortable as a brand. So we've joined forces and using our brand platform for good to talk about this really important conversation.
And you've got a great way that people can get involved on your website.
Yeah, so head to our website, and if you buy a pair of period underwear, we'll donate a pair as well to our charity partner.
They're comfortable, they're organic, they're Australian and sustainable, plus $1. And one each time you purchase one, another one gets gifted. How many have you gifted so far?
Over 1,000, which is really amazing.
This is fantastic news. Booty, thank you so much for joining us, Steph, and for being partners this year with the Fighting Period Poverty Round.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Candy. Not far away here for the second half getting underway. Players on court warming up. We'll be back just after this.
The importance of period poverty can't be underplayed.
The fact we get to raise awareness for it and support women in need.
We get to supply people with the period products and sanitary items that they need and sometimes go without.
Share the Dignity do a great job of trying to make that accessible for all females.
To be able to raise awareness for something that affects so many women in Australia, I think it's just so fitting for our league.
Fighting period poverty is sponsored by Booty.
You can help by purchasing your bloody good socks today.
Booty, Cygnett, the WNBL and Share the Dignity combining for fighting period poverty around. Jump on board sharethedignity.org.au to show your support. 11-point ball game here, the Flyers with the lead. And Candy Hurst has spoken to both coaches as well at the break. Candy, what did you find out?
Yes, I did. I popped my head into both coaches just to check what the one key thing is they had for their team at this halftime break. Both said the exact same thing. They said rebounds. I'm curious what you think about that, Laurie.
Well, I know that's been an absolute focus of Southside because they've got the height out there. And I'm sure for Perth it's about blocking out and getting the rebound.
Underway here in the third. Leilani Mitchell. Jackson lets it fly from three. Really good shot. Perth Lynx with some work to do here in the second half. Cole right there defensively. And Choi Card, now Potter, a long way from the cup. It's there down the lane on the O-glass. Potter, and one.
And I think that's what Perth need to do. There was probably a little too much dribbling by Goodchild initially. Get the ball moving, then on any sort of closeouts, punch it in. She knew that she was taking on Jackson there. Good second effort, and gets rewarded with an and one.
Rattles out on the free throw.
First free throw that's been missed in the game.
Yes.
6 for 6 for Southside, and it was 10 for 10 from Perth now. 11 from 12. Oh, sorry, from 10.
That's a great point. Here's Rochi inside the lane. Russell with a floater.
Really good receiver spot by Mercedes Russell on that dribble penetration. Just went to the point of the dunker spot, and it was an easy find.
Shibatoni, top of the arc. Now Clinch Hoykart provides the screen for Goodchild, who goes at Russell. But that is a tough ask. Rochi. Russell was there for the pick. Rochi opts against it, finds Leilani Mitchell on the perimeter. Not that time. After hitting 4 in a row from 3, Leilani Mitchell, she's now 4 of 9 from deep. Amy Atwell needs no space.
That was good movement by Perth, a good shot that Amy likes to take.
Mitchell. That's Rochi around the screen. Potter poked it away. Diving on it was Rochi. Jackson's there. Southside somehow still have it. And Cole with the 2.
I think Beck Cole would have to point at every single one of her teammates to thank them on that one. Everybody was hitting the floor and trying to get a hand to it.
Neil, a good child, a step away 3. And Atwell falls in her lap, misses on the second. Unlucky for Perth. And to your prior point, Laurie, Beck Cole never misses a teammate with a point when she's hit with an assist. Here's Atwell with a steal. Shibatoni ahead. Now it's Potter running the lane.
Well, that's twice down the court that they've been really gettable shots for Perth. And when you're playing a team like Southside, you just can't afford to miss those.
Done so much right, but some unlucky moments to start the second half. 13-point advantage. Is this the moment they dig deep? Potter tried to find Shibatoni. Emily Potter will take a break. Flyers in a pretty dominant position at the moment. Still just the 4 turnovers as a team. contrasted with 17 assists. And Cole. And it's an extra pass. Russell doubled immediately. This was in some space. Perth did well to pull that down. Amy Atwell has Ernst defending her. Wants to take her off the dribble. Really foul call.
You'd have to say if Southside keep up this intensity, this defensive intensity and physicality, that you'd have to say they brought their A game tonight. And as we mentioned at the beginning, they need to bring their A game every time they hit the court from now on. Anything lower than that will just not get it done in this competition, and how close it is.
Yeah, spot on. Looking for their 4th win in a row, Southside. Nice pass from Chibatoni. Good defense. Access denied. Mercedes Russell.
Well, Southside actually had 3 good wins against Sydney, Bendigo, and Melbourne, and then dropped that game, their last game, to the Flyers. And Cheryl Chambers was saying they just had lost focus then, whether they were a little bit worried about the Townsville situation, but they'd had a really good focused week of training, and she was expecting them to come out as we see them the way they are now.
Mercedes Russell really controlling the keyway at the moment. Ernst dribbles off the 3-point line. Russell, here's Mitchell. Uh-oh, not quite. Now Russell, that goes down. Southside dominating so far in this 3rd quarter.
Well, Russell's up to 15 points now, and that's exactly what she averages for the season, so she is playing to her potential.
Watch with a box out. This is a chance to make it a 20-point game. Snuck up on all of us. Cole driving left. Quarter deflection. Russell was there. Rochi, that is a deep 3-ball. Miller Goodchild assessing, driving left, tough finish.
Tough finish over Mercedes Russell, who had her hand outstretched.
Hey, Rochi halfway through this 3rd quarter. Perth there to pile on the defensive stops. Down low to Ernst, nice find, Mitchell. Oh, it's Russell with the baseline, Jay.
Really good ball movement and poise by the Southside Flyers against that zone. They weren't in any sort of rush. They just kept shifting that zone and eventually finding Mercedes Russell wide open on that short corner.
Just pick your poison at the moment, really, with Southside.
It is. And, you know, as this score line increases and it's at 18 points right now, that's when a team, Southside, become, you know, more and more comfortable, and confidence breeds confidence, and things look a bit easier out there.
They have absolutely looked confident here in this period. Taj Morrell. Goodchild. What movement can they create, Perth? Goodchild senses the urgency, goes herself. The fall away too, and the foul for Goodchild. That is 2 really tough buckets created off her own dribble in back-to-back possessions.
Well, and Goodchild can do that. She can, you know, she can change a game around. In their loss to Melbourne, 15 points, 4 assists. She's one of the players that has stepped up in the absence of Ari McDonald as far as scoring and contributing to the Perth Lynx.
Rochi. Koch is back out there, as is Dickey. Russell trying to post up on Hannon. Here's Poch. Driving along the baseline. And the whistle will go on Chloe Forster.
She almost got there. She was working really hard to cut off the baseline and get her foot there. And just unfortunately for her, fouled Poch on the way.
Rochi with 14. Dickey. Morrell controlling the glass. Just kept it in. Goodchild. 15-point deficit now. It's Hannon off the dribble. And just stepped on the baseline. Unlucky for Perth. Hey, Rochi. What a ball game she's played. Mercedes Russell has 17. Down low to Ernst. Now it's Dickey getting involved. Their offense is flowing at the moment. Dickey, offensive rebounds. Perth have it, or do they? Poked at it was Dickey. Good child will let it fly. Hannon was battling hard. Oh, and it's poked out to Morell. Denied by Ernst. What a chaotic possession at the State Basketball Centre.
I kept going to say something that was more action, Liam. Really good second efforts by all players out there.
Hasn't that been the quarter, though, for Perth? Just when you think that good things are happening. A bit of tough luck. Southside just have the answers. 64 plays 49. Here's Rochi. Carly Ernst popping out for three. Trying to join the party, and that'll go against Southside.
Well, that was a real classic Carly Ernst pick and pop, wide open for the three. You know, she's got a really good record of hitting those shots.
That's her bread and butter, Carly Ernst. Well, we forced the running point. Morell. This offense just looked a little bit stagnant here in the third. Forster does well to get to her spot. And that's a way to open things up.
Well, it is, and when you say it looked a little bit stagnant, you have to realize that three of the players that are on the court right now don't get a great deal of court time, so they haven't played a lot with each other.
That's a great point you make as Poch the three. It's a really young and sprightly Perth team that have made the trip to Melbourne today. Back out to Forster. Atwell with a pick. Forster goes again. And the foul call. Team foul number 4 in the quarter on Southside.
I like this group that's on the floor. You can hear Ryan Petrick in the background every time they get a possession yelling, push, push, and they're doing just that. They're trying to put pressure on the Flyers nice and early.
Rochi will take a break. Jackson's back out there. 13-point margin. Can Perth continue to chip away here? Atwell. Hunted down by Gorman. Forster can go again. Morell, entry pass. Potter out of her reach.
And that's the sort of thing they just can't afford to do. As Ryan Petrick said, some of those turnovers are self-inflicted wounds.
And it was that time. 13th turnover. The Southside commit their 5th. Forster. Out to the perimeter is Potter. Stretching out her range. No good. One minute to go here in the third quarter. Carly Ernst. Knew she'd let that fly.
Well, there's the pick and pop that she did the last time and wasn't able to convert, but no mistake on that one.
Brings it back out to 16 for Southside. Amy Atwell. Dickey, a little overzealous in the contest. The third time she's been fouled from beyond the arc, Laurie. You don't see that very often.
Well, you can see she was going to drive, and then on the step back, Dickey just came too close, but she's been she's perfected that, hasn't she? 3 times in one game. But they need her shooting the ball. You know, she's a great scorer for them. She's second behind Ari McDonald, averaging 17 points. She's been a bit quiet since Ari McDonald went down because now, one, she's got generally the best defender from the other team on her, which in this case right now is Dickey. And then secondly, She doesn't have somebody creating for her like Harry McDonald could, that could draw the defender and kick it out to a shooter. So she's had to find ways and means of getting her shots up herself with the help of other teammates.
Definitely a great developmental learning curve leading this young team for Amy Atwell. Still really a pretty young pro herself.
Well, you do, and you have to problem solve, and you have to be able to work out how am I going to get my shots up.
Jackson. Leilani Mitchell with the ball. Zigzagging through the middle. Good defense on Jackson. Dickey's got 2 seconds. Gets it away. Didn't find the rim. So 14.4 for Perth. Cheryl Chambers would have to be fairly pleased. Offense has slowed up though. 34 in the second quarter for Southside. 14 here in the second. In the third run. Here's Chippertoni. Lynch Hoykard. Off on the three. Poch there on the rebounds. 67 plays 53. Southside in a great position with a quarter to play.
What we do?
They've scored how many points? 11 and what are we? What is it, 11? Their status? Yes, we were 53. I've done the wrong one. Yeah, 53 to 42. 11 to 14 points. Fuck me. We have to push the ball. Still one, but... Slim. You come in for Jazz. Slim, you come in for Carly. Come in for you too. Now, let me say it again. That Amy Atwell thing, if you leave your feet on the ground, it's not a foul. So you need to go over and leave your feet. Don't jump at it, just wall up, okay? She can't score if she doesn't get the ball, so you get all over and see if you can get no catch here. Okay, offensively, we're creeping in again. See if we can get some space, and then our bigs will have an advantage, okay? I think they're back in their man-to-man pretty much here. So if you want to have a look, it'll work against a man or a zone. We can go one up strong, or just one up to high-low, and you guys find the group so we can flow into it. Having said that, it's their ball here. So let's start by defending. Get on every single rebound. Be a machine, be a machine, be a rebounding machine. You guys get back on here, okay? Let's get a really good start. Southside.
Hi everyone, I'm Beck.
I'm Maddie.
And we're here with Lockie and Frankie from Ford Aussie Hoops.
All
right, are you ready? You have to do what I say. Round out heads. Round out heads.
Ready? Go.
Round out bellies. Round out ankles.
That's impossible.
Go, shoot it. Gotta go.
Oh! Okay. But show me your best trick.
Yeah, show us.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Here we go, Lockie.
Do we all have a shot at that?
Yep. Ooh, nice! Dunk it. All right, grab my shoulders. Ready? Oh! Look at Say, Frankie, get out of here! Yeah! Oh. All right, we ready?
We're going to do 3 push-ups. Go! 1, 2, 3. No!
Ford Aussie Hoops, the perfect intro to the world of basketball for kids aged 5 to 10 years. Head on down to aussiehoops.basketball to register. And it's an 11-point game at three-quarter time for your WNBL Wednesdays on ESPN. Laurie Chiswick. Southside in a good position here at the moment.
Well, that's not the way that Perth would want to start. They've already got 13 turnovers so far in this game. Add another one compared to Southside, who are taking care of the ball very well and only have 5 turnovers.
Andy Hurst was in the huddle at three-quarter time.
I was. I went to Perth Lynx, and for those at home watching who don't know how it works, usually the coaches will step to the side at the start of a timeout or when there's like a three-quarter time break, and they'll discuss things, and then it will be really interesting to watch which players step up and sort of take that leadership role. It was Anna Lee, no surprises today, who really shared her insights with the team. When Ryan came back into the huddle, his main thing was that he said they've got 3 timeouts to burn, and he's going to use them really strategically every couple of minutes, so watch out for those.
Thanks, Candy. See what they've got in store with a quarter to play. Atwell to find a Potter in the corner. Here's Cole, head to Russell.
Well, Potter's only shot 7 3-pointers for the season, and she's already put up 2 this game, so probably not necessarily. They need her inside. They need her rebounding, getting some putbacks.
It's great insight, Laurie. I did think we haven't seen too much of it. Only 7. Here's Mitchell. Tried to pop out to Russell. Now in the hands of Beck Cole. Long-range floater. Poch and Atwell dueling. And listen in to Cheryl Chambers' huddle as well at three-quarter time. And unsurprisingly, mentioning the foul issues with Atwell, wants her perimeter defenders to stay on the floor, Laurie.
Well, whoever was guarding her, that's exactly right. In fact, don't even let her catch the ball. And then her other message, which I sort of had a chuckle, was, you know, rebound machine, rebound machine. And she said that to Beck Cole, and Beck Cole had a big smile on her face. So we'll see how many rebounds Beck Cole can get this half. Or sorry, this last quarter.
Yeah, keep an eye on that one. Chivatoni, kick out, open, clinch Hoykart. Jackson's there. They are struggling from 3 today, Perth.
They are. At the break, they were 11%, and they shoot a lot of threes. They, you know, compared to other teams, they're the highest three-point shooting percentage team as far as the number of shots that they put up.
So Leilani Mitchell connecting on a 5th. Poch wanted to draw the foul, won't get it. Atwell stepping into a 3. The struggles continue. Poch bemused with a no call. Regardless, an empty trip for the Lynx. Leilani Mitchell down the lane. Russell hit one from the opposite baseline. Mitchell paddled it back to Jackson. Travel.
It's even on that shot by Russell. Potch just, you know, she continued to crash the boards, but there we see that foul by Jackson.
72 plays 53 here. Timeout with 8 minutes remaining.
Keep playing. At some point, an open 3 will go in for us, and at some point, a contested 3 will miss. We're just going to keep playing. Next time, I want to be in floppy off makes. So Atwell low on it. Even Steph, if you want to start low as well, to really gunk it up. Whichever side Atwell comes off, you're going opposite corner. Okay, again, can I turn to score? If not, 3-point line catch, other bigger wheel into the action. That's off a make from now on. This first one, but I want Chipper with the ball. Atwell in the opposite corner. Again, I want to get the staggers away. This is the first play. Atwell comes off it into the ghost. Get out of there. As that's happening, Steph, come off the turnout from Mac. Again, the Potter on ball and go. Potter, as soon as you know X1's got an advantage, get out of there. Again, there's no tag. We good? Play.
Brian Petrick there encouraging his team. Struggling from 3, but keep letting it fly was the call, Laurie.
Well, that's their style. Run, shoot threes if you're open. They average 27 to take 27 threes a game. Right now they're sitting at taking 21 of those. So it's pretty much on par for what they usually do. And that's the way he goes. And if they're hitting them, great. If not, well, they just have to hope that they can still outscore a team.
Tony, at that time on the floater, Russell do it. Near double-double now. Beck Cole for 3. Tony. Couple of dimes today, looking to get it to Potter. Opted out to Atwell. Potch with the assignment this time. And Troycart, and she can let it fly. The other way there, Gorman got it to go. Back to 16, here's Mitchell. Still heaps of time remaining in this ball game. Cole, manned by Gorman. Around the Russell pick. 5 seconds, turnover, Potter. Lost her footing momentarily. Atwell with the aggression, turns the Jets on. Jackson has been assessed with a foul, and Atwell hit the deck hard.
She did, and it was just a nice little hesitation move. I wasn't sure whether she was going to pass it or go all the way, but just hesitated and then went hard around Jackson and drew the foul.
Eyes lit up when she saw the lane. LJ wanted to make her earn them. Haven't had anyone really sit today in any foul trouble as Jackson picks up her third.
Well, you wouldn't want any of the Perth players to be in foul trouble because their bench is pretty slim right now as it is.
Yep. No, you would not.
It's been a physical game, though. You know, bodies flying everywhere. Rebounds has been a focus.
Atwell's 10 of 11 from the free throw line this evening. Leilani. Solid screen from Jackson. Releases Mitchell.
That's the thing about Leilani Mitchell and a screen being set by Jackson. Such a great combination. Leilani Mitchell makes such good decisions off that high pick and roll, whether she's going to shoot it, whether she's going to hit the roller or another teammate. She's got a lot of poise in that.
Gorman. Three ball goes for her. Perth are not out of this.
No, they've just got to keep chipping away.
Jackson. The skipper Beck Cole. Mitchell in rhythm, catches a foul. Just caught that arm. And she will head to the line for three. The first trip to the stripe of the evening. And up to 20 now. What a last month or so she's put together. Start of the season off playing a lesser role off the bench. A lesser role in terms of minutes at least. Well, now she's starting and putting up big numbers.
She absolutely is, and it's so great to see that, you know, a player. And I love the fact that, you know, people talk about Mitchell and Jackson and their, you know, their age, and they might be a bit slow in that. I tell you what, the combination of those two right now is really helping and getting things done for Southside.
Dickey with the steal. Certainly are, Laurie. Jackson, another player as well who's having a great second half of the year. Here's Rochi. Dancing along the baseline.
And Maddie Rochi, as we've talked all game, has done such a good job of, they're just going to wipe the floor there, of being a facilitator and picking and choosing. She's up to 10 points now, but she's just been, I think she's played a really high IQ basketball game, Maddie Rochi, defensively and offensively. She's not made too many mistakes.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Massive in the first half. 8 assists, 5 steals as Goodchild pulls the trigger. Here's Maddie Rochi. Finds Mitchell for three. Ashley Hannon able to pull it down. One of these Perth youngsters who's had a great role to play this evening. As is Gorman. Rochi poked it out, wanted Flyers ball. Perth will have it. And Jackson takes a seat to the applause of the Flyers faithful.
And even though it didn't come off where it's Flyers ball, it's just the intensity, the endeavor, the being, you know, trying to get deflections, active hands all the time from Rochi tonight.
Andy Atwell. Next to the cup, can't finish. Taj Morrell. A couple of players hit the deck and Perth have two more. And the mop comes out once again. Credit to Atwell. She's been so hard to stop off the dribble. Has to take a break here as it could have been maybe an earring fell out. Rochi. That's Leilani Mitchell. Here's Dickey in the keyway. Gorman.
You have to give Perth credit for the way they're still fighting this game with just a quarter to go, half a quarter to go. You know, they're still taking it at them. They're still going hard, as is the example by Goodchild over the outstretched arms of Russell.
Goodchild has had 3 or 4 awesome finishes driving in the paint tonight.
And that's the thing for Perth. If you just look at those top scores, Atwell at 22, Gorman with 12. They just needed a little bit some more support from, say, Emily Potter, Goodchild, but they're still fighting, which is a good sign to see.
Carly Ernst remains a 13-point ball game. Russell, Dickey.
You know, we have to, you know, they've been playing quite a few games without Ari McDonald. Nice finish by Russell. But we have to remember, Maley averages almost 14 points a game and 12 rebounds. And those 12 rebounds can be second chance opportunities. So a big out for the Perth team today. And they're still fighting hard.
Both those players will be assessed after the FIBA break, Laurie. Next game against the UC Capitals on the 18th of February. Plenty of time to get right, fingers crossed.
Well, I understand Ari McDonald was, Ari McDonald was close to coming back for today's game. But I think they probably erred on the side of caution and go, well, now we got another couple of weeks with this FIBA break. Hopefully we'll see her back for the last 2 games of the season and then potentially playoffs if they get there.
Cole will remain in contention, even if this result doesn't go their way. Russell. Now it's Rochi. Southside offenses look good today. Rochi with 3 seconds, got to step through, run into a brick wall of Gorman. And Hannon was there. Another good Charles. Again penetrating, now finds Hannon. And gets it to go.
Hannon's been impressive. She just keeps going. She finds a way to score there. She moved well off the ball, finished well on her left.
Russell forced the defender the cut of Cole. Here's Rochi. Up top, Ernst with the pick. 6 seconds. Morrell running her off the 3-point line. Now it's Cole who can let it fly.
The Flyers are doing an exceptional job tonight of moving off dribble penetration. They're moving really well to receiver spots. The person that's penetrating, as we saw Carly Ernst that last time, knew exactly where Beck Cole should be, where she was, passed her the ball and scored. It's really impressive the way they're moving off the ball.
Atwell replaces Goodchild. 2:44 remaining in the game. Tony. Steph Gorman into the corner. Taj Morrell joined his team mid-season as an injury replacement. Spins and fires on Russell. Won't go. Now Beck Cole. Carly Ernst. Really got around Morrell. Cole driving hard to her spot. And the Flyers, they won't be stopped this evening. Atwell steps back behind the arc for 3, rattles out.
That did everything but go in, that shot.
Didn't it? Hannon denied by Russell, who has played stifling defense throughout. She will take a break. You highlighted her pre-game, Laurie. The impact she's had, we've seen it absolutely come to the forefront here this
Well, 21 points, 10 rebounds. We know that in the past she's had 6 double-doubles. Make that another one tonight. As I said, such a consistent player.
Into Hannon. Rochi, another steal. Can you believe it? It's number 8 in the game. Misses on the lay-in, won't matter. Or will it? Beck Cole. Maybe just a lapse in concentration, Laurie.
I think so.
Here's Hannon. Chibatoni. Gorman. At that time.
Good to see Clara Wilshire out there as well. Luffridge.
No chance for the youngsters. Gorman. Gives Rochi a taste of her own medicine. Rochi's approaching a double-double with steals. This is unbelievable. Cole makes up for the previous trip. And Southside look to get above their season average in scoring here at the State Basketball Centre. Here ESPN WNBL Wednesdays. Outwell. Another trip to the charity stripe coming up.
Well, of her 22 points, 10 have come from the foul line, Amy Atwell. She's done a good job of drawing the fouls. And that shows that the highlight that Southside had on her, they were guarding her closely. They weren't going to give her anything easy, make her earn her from the stripe.
It'll be interesting to see just how much time the ball's actually been in her hands this evening, Atwell. She's got 23 points. Southside have done absolutely everything to keep it out of her grasp. Still been effective despite that. Starless Luffridge. Running this set. Combines with Rochi. Lou Brown with a pick. Luffridge enters into the post. Brown fronts on Potter. Rochi this time from 3. What a game she's put together. 11 points, 10 assists, and 9 steals for Maddie Rochi. Potter, Rochi wanted the triple-double.
Come on, one more.
Nearly got there. The foul call will send Potter to the free-throw line. Here it is again. Nearly got there.
Yes.
Gee, Maddie Rochi. Potter's at the stripe. It's the 3rd miss from the free-throw line tonight for Perth. They're 18 of 21.
Well, and I always go on and on about teams foul shooting, and so it's really great to see, you know, both teams have shot well from the free throw line.
They have. Flyers are perfect tonight.
And both of them only averaged, you know, around 75, 76 percentage from the three-point line, so they've done well.
Luffridge happy to let this one dribble out, it seems. Shot clock still a factor, but the Flyers really, from the second quarter onwards, have controlled this one. 91 points on the board. The Lynx had 25 points at quarter time. The defense has clamped down since. Still point, or a second rather, to wipe off here before we finish regulation, but the Flyers will improve to 11-7 on the season. At their home at the State Basketball Centre in a night that began with Lauren Jackson receiving her flowers in front of her home crowd to celebrate her 200th game. Of course, ticked over a matter of weeks ago, and the Flyers are rolling 4 in a row and a dominant victory tonight, Laurie Chiswick.
Well, they're looking good, as we've always said. When they bring their A game, they look like they could beat anybody in this competition, and they look sharp tonight. They looked together, focused. Rebounding, which they've talked about, was very good. You know, I liked what I saw, and they'll continue to work and get better over the break. And 2 games to go when we come back.
Well, and Cheryl Chambers exchanging pleasantries, and Leilani Mitchell, wasn't she terrific on the court with Candy?
The team have just said in the studio, Leilani, wasn't she unbelievably terrific? 24 points, 5 and 2. What were you seeing out there tonight that helped you get that result?
Oh, I mean, they went to a zone, so they kind of left, a lot of openings. So we were able to capitalize, find the open person, and started out a bit rough. I missed my first 2 threes, but then just kept shooting, and they eventually went in.
Leilani, you got a whole lot more after that. It's okay. You did lead every single quarter, but it still felt like a grind. Did it feel like that for you?
Yeah, we know they're a good team, and because they can score so well from the three-point line, we know that they can come back quickly. So we just tried to stick with it. I think we've been improving the last 4 or 5 games, so it's good to keep it rolling, and then hopefully we can get some good trainings in during this break.
Yeah, great little break now, and then Sydney up next. How are you going to approach that?
Well, we owe them. Obviously, we're disappointed with how we played last game. They're a good team. They're finding their form at the moment as well. So we just got to keep working and, go out there and give it our best shot.
It is a special game as well. They are going to be doing a special honour for your wonderful Lauren Jackson. It's exciting to play in a match like that, isn't it?
It is. Obviously, Lauren is one of the greats here, not only in Australia, but the whole world. So today was her 200th game. We wanted to get the win for her. And, it's always a celebration. Everybody loves LJ, so it'll be a good time.
Well, enjoy the FIBA break. Congratulations. An incredible game from you today. And don't worry about those couple of threes. The rest of them made up for it.
Thank you.
Leilani Mitchell, always modest. Might have been his own. Doesn't matter. Shoot is shoot. And she had 5 triples, Laurie.
She was terrific, and she just does everything with such ease, Leilani, and great decision-making out there. But her threes were what really changed the game around at that certain point.
This Flyers organisation have made 4 grand finals in the last half a decade. And they are finding their straps at the right time. And it was the adjustment from Cheryl Chambers to bring Leilani Mitchell into the starting 5. It's released the likes of Maddie Rocci, who had a near triple-double this evening.
Wasn't she great tonight, too? And not, the scoring 11 points, but it was everything else she did, facilitating, stealing the ball, assists. She was phenomenal out there. I really liked the way she played this game.
Unbelievable. 9 steals, moments away from getting her 10th down the stretch. Lauren Jackson will hit the sheds, and it will be, of course, a celebratory game at Sydney on the 18th of Feb after the FIBA break to celebrate her career. And Cheryl Chambers is with Candy right now.
Congratulations on the win. You said any win's a good win, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's such a tough league. You look at the results over the weekend. So to come here and get a win by 20 points, and they were fantastic. They battled. I know there were a few down, but sometimes, it makes them battle a bit harder, and I'm really proud of our group. I think we're starting to find some momentum.
Yeah, congratulations. Good time of year for that to happen as well. Now, of course, FIBA break. We're so excited. You and LJ hopping straight on that plane tomorrow. How are you feeling to head over for the FIBA qualifiers?
I look really excited. I haven't had looked at Brazil and done a little bit of that, but tonight I'll pack. I haven't quite packed yet, but really looking forward to it. We want to go over there and do the right thing by the Opals and qualify and get to Paris.
Anything lucky you pack with you for the road?
I have a lot of superstitions, but not really lucky stuff. Just photos of my family on my phone.
Well, that's very special and beautiful. Going back, of course, to the team, how excited are you and how hopeful are you about getting those wins?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're not going over there. It's such a long way. We're going over there to make sure that we qualify. So we've got 3 tough teams, different style teams. So we'll be excited to get game 1 going.
Well, good luck. We are really all behind you for these FIBA qualifiers. Fingers crossed we want to see you over at the Olympics.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Super exciting. Cheryl Chambers and Lauren Jackson taking off tomorrow to Brazil for those Olympic qualifiers. And here are your full-time stats. Turnovers, 10 in the end for the Southside Flyers. 25 assists. That's a pretty nice ratio, Laurie Chisholm.
That shows this type of team basketball that the Flyers played throughout the 4 quarters. They were really impressive. They shot the ball well. They shared the ball around. Lots of different scorers out there. And as Cheryl Chambers said, that was a really good win for them.
Of course, those Opals games coming up on ESPN as well. The first one on the Friday, Feb 9th at 10 a.m. versus Brazil. They've got to finish top 3 in their group here, Laurie. So massive couple of weeks coming up for the Opals. Leaders tonight, Atwell with 24, Leilani Mitchell with 22. And of course, there's some FIBA games happening in China too, Laurie. I hear you're attending.
I am. I'm commentating in China, and good luck to New Zealand, who will be in China. And there's some players in our WNBL from Bendigo and, of course, Melbourne's Tara Reid. So good luck to those players and, of course, to the Opals that are heading to Brazil.
It's a team effort tonight from the Southside Flyers. They're all smiles here post-game at the state.